Hello. Hello. Are we live? I'm not quite sure if we're live or not. A, I don't expect too many people to be on this thing. B, I'm not going to be super loud. And C, I don't have my mic, which kind of blows. You're on view already. That's a good sign. It's late. Rare. Like rare. Hello. Um, it is late. It is late. It is. It's 9:15 or 9:20, but that's oh shoot almighty. Is it very late? Because I'm actually an hour. Oh wait. Oh, I'm an hour behind. I'm an hour ahead of my normal schedule. So yeah. Although I feel like I used to get more views on my streams back in that. Granted, that was when people were more interested in the channel. Trying something out. This might actually not be a full-on stream, depending on our audience. I mean, it is late, so I don't really expect a lot of people to be here, but if they are, welcome. I am on vacation right now, currently. Thatch is asking me something. Let me check. Sounded really bitter. Whoa. There goes all my viewers in one fell swoop. Um, so, welcome. I guess right now, if I don't, I might not have the energy to do a lot of like I might not have a little the energy. See, I'm already zoning out. I might not have the energy to do what I wanted to do, which was to stream something. I did realize it is quite late. If I was going to do this, I probably should have done it in the morning. All right, so I'll. This will be a bit of a haul, so everyone who is watching, which is one person right now, will get to see my haul a bit early because the only way you're going to be able to see this thing is probably if you watch the Alberta vlog 2 that comes out. Um, which will be coming out probably within the next couple weeks because I need to film the rest of it and edit it. And I'm actually going to a convention tomorrow. So I really don't want to stay up too late. It's not Brick Fair or anything. Obviously, I'm not in the area. I'm doing my own weird thing. And I kind of forgot that Brick Fair was also going on at the same time, which is funny. People have asked me if I ever wanted to go to a Brick Fair. And honestly, I don't really need to anymore. I mean, unless everyone was going to Brick Fair, I don't feel like I would really need to go to a Brick Fair at this point. It'd be interesting, but I'm just not as into the hobby as I used to be. But I'd probably have fun. I probably would. But I'm going to show you my recent haul. So I've been shopping pretty much every day. So I got here, and then the next day I went out with my homie Jackson, aka Buff Jesus. We've been hanging out a lot recently, and we went out. We were just driving around, and we went to a couple stores. Went to Walmart, didn't find anything there, and then went to the GameStop. And at that GameStop, I found something very interesting, and that was if I have the gall to go get it. Ugh. It's like really excuse me for a moment, people. You guys are gonna see my butt, but it's very it's like very stacked under. I've been piling stuff on top of each other this entire trip. Okay, here we go. All right. The DC multiverse. What do they call these things? Mega figs, swamp thing. I'll be honest. This guy looks pretty sick. I have a really weird relationship with DC Multiverse. On the one hand, I hate it. On the other hand, they put out stuff like this, and I love these. They seem to be a lot better and more consistent when they do the monsters or like the big figures. This guy's pretty great though. Not perfect, obviously. I think alternate head could have come. An alternate head would have been nice, although that's not required. He's a big boy too. This is a big. Also, he's got a very he's got a very hello action figure lover. You're not an action figure lover, Mister. But this guy's pretty great though. I can see someone taking this base for like a Groot or something like that. He's a little unstable mentally and physically. I'm glad he does come with an alternate. He comes with an alternate like branch thing that you can use to stab people. I want to see someone make a custom Groot out of this thing because I think that'd be kind of cool. He doesn't move very well in the torso or anything like that. He's pretty static. I mean, he kind of does. His head's nice, but other than that, he's pretty good. Probably not worth the price I paid for him, but he is a big hunky man with a big wooden ass. And this was the first thing I got, right? This was the first thing I got from the trip. Very cool. Again, and also I never found this guy in stores once ever. He was on Amazon for a really long time, but it was only the Amazon. The listing on Amazon said something dumb like, uh, if you order one, you might expect to get the gray version of it, like completely randomly. I did not want to place my bets with that. I did not want to have to send back a freaking gray man thing. So, or I keep calling this man thing. This is Swamp Thing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Swamp Thing. Man Thing's Marvel. So yeah, I didn't even want to risk my chance with that because I knew it probably wouldn't go so well. But I have the green one in my hands. That's all I want. That was the first figure I picked up, a big figure. And then at that same GameStop, I also got. I'm gonna set this aside actually for here. The Fortnite Victory Royale series Man Cake. Fun thing. Swamp Thing. I was just talking about Man Thing, but this is Man Cake. Pretty good figure. Not amazing, but for his character, I really like him. You know, he's very well presented. He's not the most articulated Fortnite figure, but he comes with a lot of crap, which I really like. Plenty of accessories, plenty of stuff to like. I like him. I'm happy I got him. I don't think I'm gonna be trying to cut back on the Fortnite figures. I have a good number of them, but I want to kind of take it easy, reel it back, and focus on the ones I actually want to collect. Because whoa, the guy from Fortnite, I know. So such classics as Toatahu from the Marvel Legends. You're right. He is the Marvel Legend. It is very difficult to find figures in store. But I like the hunt. You know, I love figure hunts. I love them when you can actually find stuff. Most of the time you don't. But for some reason, both GameStop are. I've been to a couple GameStops, but I remember at least three of them had the exact same man cake, and then they had another one, and I didn't get the other one, but just man cake. And he also comes with a big ass cannon too. That's nice. And also, okay, just to show you a scale of how big Swamp Thing is, I just want to show you this because in case you're like me who mainly collects Marvel Legends and like 6-inch stuff, this is not going to be a fair comparison because they're not on the table or anything, but like this is the type of scale we're dealing with. So yeah, he's huge. He probably fits in better with actual DC Multiverse figures, which I have a Joker from Arkham and Peacemaker. So the collection's growing. All right. And then on the next day, when the next day was going to be our West End Mall day. West End Mall, for those who don't know, is a huge ass mall. It's probably it was once one of the biggest malls in the world. I think it's like 25 now. It's way down there. But we went there, right? And the very first thing I got was, well, first of all, we went to Toys R Us, which I like Toys R Us, and I hadn't been to that Toys R Us since last year, so I figured I'd check it out. But I got this guy, and most of y'all probably don't even know what this is. Hell, I barely know what it is. Um, but from what I can gather, this is also the paint is falling off, but that's okay. This is a thing from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think it's called a Pizza Monster. I'm pretty sure it's just called Pizza Monster. This thing, by the way, so first of all, it's very clearly inspired by like the xenomorph aliens. You can just tell. I know this is from the old cartoon, so I know for a fact that this is inspired by aliens. But I'm just gonna lower it so you guys can actually see me fooling around with the figure. Uh, but first of all, his paint job's incredible. I mean, I love the NECA shading and all the highlights to make him look super cartoony. I just love that. And I have no connection to the Turtles cartoon. I never watched it. I don't know how prevalent these things are. I assume it was just one episode, right? But their design is goddamn amazing. There's something about it. A, it's the alien in me, but also it's just, by the way, this thing is massive. Like way bigger than I thought it was going to be, which is a plus for me because I have this weird thing about really big, intimidating toys, and this is definitely one of them. This guy is big. He's intimidating, and so much bigger than I thought. This is a base. This is the exact same price as a standard NECA figure. Um, he does not feel like this. This feels like I got my money worth for what this is because this head alone is like almost the size of most figures. So here we go. So just to get a scale, I think that's so. Yeah, this guy's huge. He's not supposed to scale with that. He's supposed to scale with the turtles. I don't have any turtles here. Whoa, that wire is acting kind of weird. I think that wire popped out accidentally. That's very strange. He has bendy wire, which is super cool. NECA kind of always gives bendy wires, which is nice. So yeah, this guy's awesome. And also, he can go. So that's pretty great. And he comes with a bunch of accessories too. I'm not pulling out all the accessories, it's just too much of hassle. I have everything kind of thrown onto one table, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I actually have to get up for this. Oh, I did get a Lego set. That being the one, the only, the controversial Goat Boat from Thor Love and Thunder. Now, I like the movie. I'm probably one of the only few people who do, but I genuinely do like this movie. And so I figured it would be good to get a set from the movie. There's two of them. One of them isn't very good. So I figured it also isn't very accurate. So I figured this would be the one to go for. You get every figure you want, really, for the movie. I mean, Meek isn't really part of the movie. Ideally, we would have gotten one more, but that's okay. I think for what it is, this will do just fine. It's a good looking set, surprisingly. It is mostly just gray, or mostly tan, which is kind of boring, but it looks good. It looks accurate for the most part. There might be some things that are missing, but for the most part, I really like it. The figures look pretty great. And I don't buy Lego Marvel, like at all. I really don't. So I figured I would finally get a Lego Marvel set. And also, it's got Korg in it. So, and the goats, who I know people don't like, but I like them. So, one of them is really hard to see on camera for some reason. Wow. Wow, that's bad. Hold on. No, that didn't really work. Okay. The exposure is just really high for some reason. Well, both the I wish Jane came with an alternate. Well, one thing, I wish Jane came with an alternate just hair piece, and then I wish Thor came with an alternate helmet piece. That would have been perfect. Oh, and I guess I wish that your boy Gore came with a cape. I think that would have made it perfect, in my opinion. All right, so there's that. And so for context, I got this and the goat boat on the same day. Uh, that was at Toys R Us. But then we went to the mall, right? The big mall. And let me tell you, when the mall's big, the mall is big. So shopping options were limited. I kept going into figure-based stores, and there weren't a lot I was looking for. I did stop by GameStop and saw the DC Multiverse Man-Bat figure, and I said, you know what? We'll see what I find today. I'll come back, right? Okay. But then I went to the Lego store and I knew I had to get something from the Lego store. One thing that bummed me out, no Monkey Kids sets. In fact, there were no Monkey Kids sets in both Lego stores I went to. So that makes me wonder if they're no longer doing Monkey Kid in at least Canada or North America, at least in stores. I know they're online. I gotta say, that would really bum me out because Monkey Kid's awesome. It might mean the decline of the theme. And hey, if they're just releasing them in China, if they're going to just release them in China, I really hope they also dump them on the store too, because I will gladly buy them, right? Because I like Monkey Kid. As long there are some good ones that I saw, but none were in store. In fact, I probably would have gotten a Monkey Kid set if I saw one in store. There was this water dragon thing that looked kind of cool. All right, now for the Lego sets I got. I'll be honest, I went a bit ham with the Lego this year. Oh, I already gave you a bit of a sneak preview. So two of these have already been built. Should I just show you? Well, yeah, I guess I might as well show you the finished sets. Well, I was just going to show you the boxes, but that doesn't make any sense. All right. Oh, you guys can stop looking at my butt, guys. It's not fair. This thing, the Crystal King. This is a new Legacy set. I have mixed opinions about this. I think it looks pretty good, like visually. I think it's very impressive. Articulation for the arms, really good. Lots of range. You even got floating shoulders, which is really smart. And they don't look horrible, which is nice. Even fingers. Got fully articulated fingers. Even gave him a thumb. I mean, okay, I did fix the way his thumb is oriented. It's actually normally supposed to be out like this, which would give him more range of motion, but honestly, it just looks ugly. So I decided to stick with that. Okay. Head looks really cool too. I love that head shape. I don't really like that there's a guy in there. I never really liked that. I kind of would have preferred, but to me, it feels like he's like powering up and he's just kind of, this is like his body, but he's inside it. That's what it feels like to me. He's got these big crystal wings. Those are cool. He's got this big crystal staff. These pieces, by the way, completely compatible with Bionicle stuff. So for mockists, yeah, get your hands on those. And he comes with 3, so kind of a good parts pack for it, but I'm sure there's better sets for that. And then he's a centaur. My only issue is there's an extreme lack of posability in some areas, and then there's an over amount. There's like a perfect amount of articulation. Like the arms are perfect. The head's good. I mean, you can make him look like all the way up. Can't really make him look down, but that's fine. I mean, this is kind of the way the head is, unfortunately. My issue comes with the back legs are on these ratchet joints, right? Pretty well articulated. You know, they're standard ratchets and ball joints on the feet. Pretty good. Tail is super articulated. That's not the issue. Back isn't articulated, but that's not really a problem. I get it. It would have messed up stability. What doesn't make sense to me, these front legs, completely static. Completely static. They're locked in with these Technic beams here. I really dislike that. And there's no ratchet on any part of the leg. The only part of the leg is articulated is the foot. That's a huge shame for me because, look, I get it. Lego's never going to be like an action figure, right? They're never going to have a full as range as possible. But I really don't see how adding a friction like ratchet joint like the ones back here wouldn't have affected the stability at all, I think. Maybe they thought it was too heavy, and like this guy's hefty, but no, I don't think that would have been a problem. Maybe. I mean, I'm not a Lego designer. They probably thought about it. I don't know. To me, it's a huge bummer because it means he's going to always be in the same stance. I mean, I guess you could like bring him up a little bit more, but his front legs are and no. Okay, well he doesn't stand well when you do that, but like to me personally, I don't think there would have been a problem with it with that. And yeah, you can make him stand up, but he's just always going to be in the same position. So I don't know. Maybe I mean the centaur thing is kind of cool. It's very unique. Again, this is a very unique looking set, which I like. You're not going to see a lot of Lego sets like this. The minifigures are pretty good too, but I don't really buy sets most of the time for minifigures. I like minifigures. They're kind of an added bonus, but for me, it's usually about the main build. I do plan on getting one more legacy, or I do plan on getting at least one more, what is this theme called? Crystallized set. That being the Golden Dragon. It's just really expensive. It's $200 over here, so I'm gonna wait till after my trip and probably just order it or find it in stores. Because honestly, it's huge. You know, I'll find it. It's expensive. I'll get it. But right now, and also I bought enough Lego. I'm done buying Lego on this trip. But that set's pretty good though. It's not bad. And then the second set I bought, this was the weirdest. Hello, Anthony. I am good. How are you? Okay. This was the weirdest set I bought by far. I haven't bought a Star Wars set in a long time. Well, actually, most recently it was the Boba Fett Starship, which is it's okay. It's not amazing. I mainly just got those for the minifigures, even though I just said I don't buy figs for the minifigures. That one I kind of did. It's just nice to have a Boba and Mando because they're good characters. If they're characters I like, I'll buy them. But I also bought this, which this is a very unique, interesting set. And I talk a lot about how I don't like Star Wars, and that's not necessarily true. I do like Star Wars, mainly just the first three movies, and that's it. So to commemorate that, I got this, right? It's a nice diorama. It really is. I really like it. Um, it's not, I wouldn't say it's amazing by any means, but it's very nice to look at. It's very visually nice, and there's a lot going on. And if you put it up against a movie background, I think it would fit in really, really well, like a swamp background. Um, as is, it's a really cool diorama. Very feels very pop up book like, and I like the set a lot. The build was it was interesting. I have to be honest. There's a part where you place 117 of these green tiles, and that was very repetitive. Um, but other than that, though, it's a nice little set. I do enjoy it a decent amount. Eh, yeah, this was expensive though. I don't know. Honestly, looking back, I probably should have just not gotten this one because like I like it, but I don't think it was a necessary thing I needed for the collection. But I also haven't bought a Star Wars set in like an actual Star Wars set in a while, and I've never had this Yoda ever. I had the classic Yoda. It's just an interesting thing to have a modern Star Wars set. It was something that I kind of needed, even with the Boba Fett Starship. This is nice. The back is kind of ugly, but you're not meant to display it from the back. You're meant to display it from the front. So, as is, that looks pretty good. If you're wondering how I'm going to get all these things home, well, I'm going to be very hastily, rushingly taking these things apart and throwing it into bags. And some things might get bent, but as long as it's coming home, that'll be okay. So those are all the sets I built. Well, specifically, yeah, I got those three. It's been a slow building process because, like I said, I got those on Tuesday. You know what else I got on Tuesday? Let me show you. The I always forget the name of it, Galaxy Explorer. I always want to call it the Galactic Explorer. It is just called the Galaxy Explorer. Hot damn, this thing looks amazing. Now, why did I get this? It just looks cool. It's cheap. And by cheap, I mean it's not actually cheap. It's $130, I think. But it is relatively cheap, all things considered. For what you're getting, the value, and also the historical value of this set. By the way, this box is just amazing. A part of me really wants that castle, but I know it's too expensive and it's not going to fit anywhere. So I'm not doing it. However, this is a good set, and this I'll make room for it, even though it's going to be huge. In fact, it was actually the thing I was thinking about building tonight, until I decided just too big, right? Just too big. But we'll see. Honestly, again, the set looks great. Classic space is a cool thing, and I'm happy to have a part of it now, even if it's not technically a part of it, because I want them to do more 90s anniversary set. I want them to do more stuff like this really badly. Uh, and yes, I am hoping that one day we're going to get a Bionicle set of some sorts. I know people have been pretty like, no, it's not happening. Maybe it will. Maybe for 100, right? 90 years. Maybe 10 more years. 10 more years, guys. Give it 10 more years. Maybe something cool will happen then. Maybe who knows? Because they're kind of acting like 90 years is already pretty big, apparently. So, God damn. I'm good. What do you think about mustard flavored ice cream? That sounds disgusting. All right. No offense. Okay. And then yesterday, we went shopping again, right? Again, we went shopping. We went to Kingsway. Now, Kingsway Mall isn't the most exciting mall in the world. It was pretty average, but I hadn't been there since I moved. which was in 2019. So I wanted to go again. And they don't really have anything crazy, but I did get something. In fact, if you remember from earlier, my GameStop story where I saw the DC Multiverse Man Bat figure, I didn't get it because I actually forgot about it. Although I am kind of happy I didn't get it because it would have broke the bank, right? Well, I got him. And I have very mixed thoughts about this figure. One, it's good to get a Man Bat because I've always liked Man Bat in terms of he's just a monster. I've always liked monster-based characters, but his legs are a bit troublesome. You know, they're very skinny, they're very loosey goosey, which means I don't know how well this guy's going to stand up, especially since, make no mistake, this is a beefy guy. All right, this is a beefy boy. He's not light by any means. And also, there are things I'm very disappointed about. An alternate head would have been nice, a little bit more like sinister, like kind of like calmer head would have been nice. But I know DC doesn't do that. That's a variant at some point probably. And then alternate arms would have been really nice. Now, I'm kind of glad that these are sculpted onto the arms, but an alternate arm piece would have been really cool for extended flapping wings. And the hands. In my opinion, a character like this should not be like this. He should be like this, you know? That just seems like a normal thing. But other than that, I mean, he's pretty cool. He's very brown, you know? And again, I like his look. And also, this guy is also huge. I don't think he's as big. Also, he can't really stand up straight. I think this is the straightest he can stand up. So his legs are kind of at a permanent crunch, which is fine, I guess. Also, he's got a very rubber ass, which is something a lot of these guys have, which isn't a problem, I guess. All right, so let's compare. So let's do the 6-inch comparison. Yeah, he's a decent size. This is very Man Bat like to me. You know, he's very towering, but he's kind of a monster, so he's supposed to be. Also, he's got nips. I don't know if you guys can see, but he has nips. But like if we compare him with Swamp Thing, oh yeah, Swamp Thing towers over him. Okay, never mind then. But I got this guy, right? So he's cool. He's very cool. I just wish he was better. How big is he? All right. I think I already showed that off. So that's not the only thing I got. There was we decided, I asked my grandma on a whim, can we go to Southgate? Now, Southgate is the last major mall. And it's a bit of a ways. It's not really a mall that the only reason why I asked to go there is because when the very first Lego store opened there in 2013, and that was the only Lego store that was around me, so I have sentimental value to that store. It's where I got all the 2015 sets. It's where I got most of the Bionicle sets. So it was my store of choice for a long time. So it's very nostalgic to me, personally. Uh, wasn't anything else there really that I was interested in. Um, but they had a GameStop, and that GameStop was okay. I was in and out of there pretty quickly. But then we went to the Lego store, and I made one final purchase. Optimus Prime. Yeah, 5 Lego sets, and they're all big ones. In fact, besides the goat boat, they're all over $100, which is, this guy's pretty expensive. I was shocked because they actually raised their prices recently, which I did not like. But their prices are horrible now. So some of the prices were good. In fact, I got goat boat was $80, which is, you know, iffy, but it's 80. Crystal King was 100, which honestly not worth $100 at all. It's big, it's good, but it's not $100. Galaxy Explorer was about 130. I think Dagobah was about 113. Maybe it was 130. I can't remember. And then this guy was supposed to be 220. Got bumped up to 240. So thank you, Lego, for doing that. I really appreciate that. But I knew I needed this guy. at some point. I just knew it. Like, this guy is one of a kind. And if they never do a Lego Optimus Prime ever, yeah, I'm gonna need it. And it also transforms, which is kind of crazy. So I'm excited to see how that works. Um, and also, he's huge. He's really big too. He's 13 inches, which is a big boy. All right. But that's all I got so far. I actually got a couple other things, but I'll save that for the vlog. They're not really super like important right now. It's just something I'll explain later. Um, but overall, I'd say it's been a pretty good trip. Not for my wallet. It's been financially crushing. It doesn't help the fact that I came here with not a lot of money in the first place. Thank God I get paid tomorrow or tomorrow night. I think it's actually tomorrow night. So I'll be paid by Saturday, which is not great for me because I'm going to a convention tomorrow. However, I don't think I'm going to be spending a lot at that convention, hopefully. So, yeah, let's hope. Let's hope the rest of the trip treats my wallet well. I'm not really going shopping any of these other days. In fact, I'm going back on Sunday, so I have 2 more full days left here, and I don't plan to spend those shopping. So yeah, it's been an interesting trip. Let's just say that, and I've been having fun. I really have been, but it is exhausting. And again, this is a lot of money that I normally wouldn't spend. The most I think I've spent on a trip like this was America, and that was a lot of money. But however, that wasn't really coming from my account. That was coming from gift money I had, which was U.S. money. So, hello, Zion. Um, so yeah, I'm not broke, but I'm not wealthy either. Let's just say that I should not be spending as much money as I did. In fact, if I were to go back and make a change, I would probably put back the Dago set. It's a nice set. I like it, but if I really wanted, I think I could have waited a little longer, maybe just picked it up at some random point after a paycheck or something. I don't think I needed to get it. And then probably figures wise, I'm pretty happy. I don't really regret any of the figures that I bought because I feel like I needed to get these anyways. And also, our tax is better over in Alberta. So it's the same price, but our tax jacks it up in BC. So it would have been more expensive in BC. Um, I do watch Jobby. I love Jobby. I haven't seen his review because I wanted to get my hands on it myself. And Jobby's content is something I can only really get into when I kind of force myself to get into it. Not like it's bad or anything, but I just really like Jobby um, when I'm in the mood for Jobby. Jobby's editing and style is very infectious. You can probably tell if you watch any of my reviews; they're heavily inspired by Jobby. And then probably, honestly, I'm thinking the Crystal King. I think I would have put the Crystal King back with hindsight. I knew I needed to get a new Ninjago set, but honestly, none of them, if I'm being real, none of the crystallized sets really interested me. Like, none of them. Besides the Golden Dragon, that thing looks amazing. In fact, it actually looks like the best dragon set they've ever made, which I will watch at some point. I will get it at some point. But right now, we're mainly focused on all this crud, right? So, I got 2 days. I'm probably going to build these, and my plan is I'm going to build them, and then I'm just going to throw them and jack them up and kind of break them a little bit. Um, it's not even about being biased, I guess. Normally, reviewers' opinions don't really affect me on something unless they like fully show every flaw of a thing. It's Lego. In fact, Lego is a very weird thing because reviewing Lego is very different from reviewing any other toy. I've gotten into reviewing action figures, and a lot of my complaints with Lego sets are very different than are I try to apply a lot of those similarities to an action figure most of the time because I buy a lot of figure based sets. I don't know if you've noticed. I prefer to buy like action figure based sets than I do like vehicles. I don't like buying vehicle sets. I actually did very much dislike buying vehicle sets because I feel like Lego makes way too many vehicle sets and they just hog up room and they don't really look great. I mean, they can, but most of the time they don't. So, um, like I mean, like they don't look as good as something like man built like either a play set. I like play sets a lot, but they don't look the best. I That's why I really like diorama sets, and I want them to make as many for things that I like as possible. Yeah, mechs, animals, giants, and yeah, exactly stuff like that. Which probably comes from my years of buying Bionicle. Um, so when the new Lego set comes out and it doesn't have the perfect articulation, I get very picky. I get very picky. Um, yeah, but I guess I can easily fix it. It is Lego. I need to make more. I need to personally, something I really want to do is make more mods to sets. Is something I really like to do. So I would love to change legs on the Crystal King. That's something I'd really like to do. Or really any of my mechs that don't have knees or anything like that. I love to go in there without changing the look too much, kind of like what Nick on Planet Ripple does, where um, he really just goes in there and adjusts his sets. I really like that, and he's a very creative person. He's actually my favorite Lego based YouTuber at the moment. He's a genius. But I honestly am not going to leave you guys. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I said I'm not going to leave you guys in too much suspense. I called this a building stream. That was a lie. I am not. I'm not. I don't have enough energy for that. Honestly, I would love to, but this is mainly just another catch up stream. So I'm going to retitle the stream so it's not inaccurate. And let me tell you, I've had a blast on this trip. See ya. Most likely enjoy modding the upcoming Spider-Man sets. I'm thinking of getting Venom and giving him the same proportions as Spectacular. Interesting. I like those sets. I'm probably one of the only few people that do, but I think that set is great. Or those sets are fun. Not look, they're not. You got to think of them from a different perspective. They're not like serious like action figures. They're just trying to be fun things for kids, and I like them. So I'm gonna be getting probably Spider-Man and Venom. I don't think I'm getting Miles, but I'll definitely get Spider-Man and Venom. Also, they're cheap, way cheaper. I don't think people will realize that the price difference is probably because of the light brick. Yeah, but anyways, I'm excited for those figures. Uh, but yeah, I'm going to let you all go. It's been a short one, but I don't want to stay up all night worrying about stuff. So I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my vacation. You all will hear from me very soon. When I get back, I'm gonna be start working on the vlog because I already got most of the footage pumped out. But like I said, I still have 2 more days to go. So yeah, let me know what's up. Thank you for joining for a very brief time. Goodbye. Fab Five.